Georgia to open borders to Germany, France, Latvia, Latvia and Estonia. At this stage, Georgia will open its borders to 5 countries. Prime Minister's advisor, Irakli Chikovani, announced at a briefing on July 8th, the citizens of these countries can only use direct flights to Georgia for any type of visit. Before crossing Georgia's border, they must fill a special e-form and list their travel history in the course of the previous 14 days. Also, the location of their stay in Georgia, contact information and other details. According to Georgian government, testing and quarantine will be mandatory for those with a history of traveling to high-risk non-EU member states in the course of the previous 2 weeks.
Georgia acquires 400,000 COVID-19 tests and 50 ventilators with the support from the World Bank. With its $80 million emergency COVID-19 response project, the government of Georgia was able to procure 147,000 rapid COVID-19 antibody and antigen test kits and 250,000 PCR tests. It will triple Georgia's testing capacity to 3,000 samples per day by mid-July, reports World Bank. In addition, 30 critical care ventilators have been procured for the hospitals around the country, as well as 20 mobile emergency ventilators for ambulance vehicles.
Congress might suspend 15% of aid to Georgia until Georgian government takes steps forward to implement reforms and reduces corruption. According to the bill, the financial support for Georgia is planned to be $132 million. However, the document also notes that 15% of the funds may not be obligated unless the state secretary determines and reports that the Georgian government is meeting certain conditions, including threatening democratic institutions, combat corruption, and ensure the rule of law in the private sector with internationally recognized standards.
EIB and Bank of Georgia signed deal to supply €60 million credit line for loans to Georgian SMEs. The European Investment Bank Group and the Bank of Georgia have signed an agreement to supply a €60 million credit line for loans to small and medium-sized enterprises. The sum will improve access to finance for over 100 businesses, particularly those which are affected by the COVID-19 crisis.
Mobile internet usage hit record high during the lockdown. The amount of used mobile internet is 168% up from the same period of the last year, Communications Commission reports. At the same time, the number of voice calls and SMS messages has significantly decreased, so the retail revenues of mobile operators has decreased with 12% in April and amounted to 34 million Georgian lari.
World Bank COVID-19 recession is expected to be twice as bad as the 2009 financial crisis. Current forecasts suggest that the COVID-19 global recession will be the deepest since World War II, with the largest fraction of economies experiencing declines in per capita output since 1870. Output of emerging market and developing economies is expected to contract in 2020 for the first time in at least 60 years.